Hello there, and welcome to episode 26 of Turning Tracks. My name is Kris.
And I'm Matt.
And we're here to talk about the music that we love. For the past 2 years, Matt's been putting together a Halloween mixtape in October. And since he's been having such a good time doing that, we thought it was about time for me to get in on the action too. So deck your halls with whatever gets you in the holiday spirit, because it's time for the Turning Tracks Holiday Mixtape Volume 1.
So if you really love Christmas, come on and let it snow.
Well, hello, Matt.
Hello, Kris.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I am all manner of festive. I got my little light-up Christmas tree on my desk. I got my actual secondary Christmas tree in the corner down here in the basement. The kids got this gigantic Nightmare Before Christmas advent calendar, and the only flat surface in the house big enough to put it on is the bar. So that's down here, and I got a bunch of Christmas lights around that too. I am in the spirit, sir. I am feeling it.
It very much sounds like it.
Yeah, right after Thanksgiving. It's just Black Friday. I worked most of the day, but then Saturday I was outside all day putting Christmas lights up on the house with my friend Sean, and then we're still slowly working our way through getting the inside of the house decorated because work's been a lot, and there's a lot of Christmas decorations to be had. But we got our tree, it's all decorated, and I'm ready to listen to some Christmas music.
I mean, I don't like Christmas music, so this should be a very interesting episode.
See, I know this about you, that you don't like Christmas music. So
No,
I've done my best to pick Christmas music that I think that you will, at the very least, kind of enjoy. Like it will bring you. I'm going to do my best for you, because that's what we do here. We try to do our best for one another. So after this, hopefully I get through at least a couple of tracks that you genuinely enjoy. So you ready to get to work here?
Yeah, I mean, without giving track listing away, this is my first time reading them, and I'm very interested in some of these songs. So without further ado.
Yes, indeed. So, hey, for anyone new to this show, here's how it works. Each episode, either Matt or myself picks a band or an artist. That person then has to choose 10 tracks and 10 tracks only that they believe best represent that band or artist. We listen to them, discuss them, and that is how it goes. Now, this one's a little bit different, like the Halloween specials that Matt does. This mixtape is just 10 tracks from various artists that I have chosen that I think sum up the holiday season to the best of my ability. This is something that I was somewhat nervous about doing, and something I declined to do the first year we ran through this podcast, just because I didn't really think I'd be able to pull it off. But after giving it some thought, I think I've got at least a couple of years worth of this in me before it gets terrible. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so the intro that we listened to, are you familiar with the movie Love Actually?
Yes. So
the intro was Christmas is All Around by Billy Mack, played by Bill Nighy. This is his shameless Christmas cover of the 1967 song Love is All Around by the Troggs. It's off the 2003 Love Actually soundtrack. It's a terrible song, but that's the joke. I remember when Karen showed me that movie for the first time, I thought it was, I thought I knew what it was, and then it starts up and it's Bill Nighy as a washed up, drugged out musician singing this just dreadful Christmas song and screwing it up over and over again. And I was like, okay, this movie's got a little something for me. Okay. Good times.
It's been a really long time since I've seen that movie. I sort of remember it. Like I have like a residual thought of, I mean, I love Bill Nighy. I think he's a fantastic actor. And I remember really enjoying that movie. So I think I'm going to have to watch it again.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years since we've watched that one, but it's a Christmas favorite around this house. But to kick things off proper, again, because I know you don't like Christmas music, I figured I'd start us off with an absolute surefire selection for you that I know that you will enjoy. And that would be The Night Santa Went Crazy by Weird Al Yankovic. This is off of his 1996 album Bad Hair Day. It is an extraordinarily messed up song that I really, really enjoy listening to. So, get ready for some Yuletide insanity. Here is The Night Santa Went Crazy by Weird Al Yankovic.
workshop, all the elves were making toys for the good Gentile girls and the good Gentile boys. When the boss busted in, nearly scared him half to death, had a rifle in his hands and cheap whiskey on his breath. From his beard to his boots, he was covered with ammo, like a big fat drunk, disgruntled Yuletide Rambo. And he smiled as he said, with a twinkle in his eye, Merry Christmas to all, now you're all gonna die. The night Santa went crazy, the night Saint Nick went insane, realized he'd been getting the raw deal, something finally must have snapped in his brain. Well, the workshop is gone now, he decided to bum it. Everywhere you'll find pieces of Cupid and Comet. And he tied up his helpers, and he held the elves hostage, and he ground up poor Rudolph into reindeer sausage. He got Dancer and Prancer with an old German Luger, and he slashed up Dasher just like Freddy Krueger. And he picked up a flamethrower, and he barbecued Blitzen, and he took a big bite and said it tastes just like chicken. The night Santa went crazy, the night Kris Kringle went nuts. Now you can't hardly walk around the North Pole without stepping in reindeer guts. There's the National Guard and the FBI. There's a van from the Eyewitness News and helicopters circling round in the sky. And the bullets that fly and the body counts rising and everyone's dying to know, oh Santa, why? My, you used to be such a jolly guy. Yes, Virginia, now Santa's doing time in a federal prison for his infamous crime. Hey, little friend, now don't you cry no more tears. He'll be out with good behavior in 700 more years. But now Vixen's in therapy and Donner's still nervous, and the elves all got jobs working for the postal service. And they say Mrs. Claus, she's on the phone every night with a lawyer negotiating the movie rights. They talk about the night Santa went crazy, the night St. Nicholas flipped, broke his back for some milk and cookies. Sounds to me like he was tired of getting gypped. Oh, the night Santa went crazy, the night St. Nick went insane, realized he'd been getting the raw deal. Something finally must have snapped in his brain. Whoa, something finally must have snapped in his brain. Tell ya, something finally must have snapped in his brain.
That was The Night Santa Went Crazy from Bad Hair Day by Weird Al Yankovic. And I mean, I have to assume you've heard that before as a Weird Al fan, right?
Kids these days. Hang on. So I beat that cold over the course of a weekend, and I've been fortunate to have the cough for a while now. So okay.
Nice of it to stick around.
Yeah, you know. So I am a Weird Al fan, but I don't know his catalog like that. So I've never heard that song.
Ah, okay. Well, then,
I know my Weird Al Yankovic. What's the word I'm looking for? Knowledge is really like obviously all the hits that have music videos, and then whatever album was with the Jurassic Park cover,
Alapalooza, yeah.
Alapalooza, and then the one that was the Nevermind knock.
Off the Deep End.
Off the Deep End. So those are the only two records I know extensively.
I see. All right. Well, in that case, How did this extraordinarily messed up song grab you?
Oh, see now, I mean, I'm familiar with I love Weird Al Yankovic's original material.
Yeah, I love it when he does these stylistic covers. Like this is Soul Asylum, Black Gold by Soul Asylum, basically.
Yes,
that's the stylistic choice that he went with this one, and it's so spot on stylistically, but just so completely screwed up. I mean, Merry Christmas to all, now you're all gonna die. It's just chef kiss good. This part in the middle, like when there's the screaming and the gunshots and everything is so wrong. It's so absolutely messed up.
He's so good at creating such a visual picture with his words. It's fantastic. So this was great. And until you said Black Gold, I was like, this feels so familiar. And Black Gold in a white town.
Yep,
Oh, it's so good. So good, so good, so good.
Definitely one of my favorites. Not my favorite Weird Al Christmas song, but it's definitely...
He has more?
He does.
All right. Well, I can't wait for next year.
Yeah, I very intentionally didn't want to pick all of my favorites just because I know the intention is to do this multiple years. So I went with a couple of my favorites, a couple of my up there on the list. Just wanted to make sure I saved some heavy hitters for following years. But yes, this is a Bad Hair Day is such a good album. It really top to bottom. This is one of my favorites. This is where a Horoscope is from. The Amish Paradise,
yeah,
it's just so much good on this album, and this song has always stuck with me. It's just, as a big Soul Asylum fan, I kind of caught that immediately when I listened to this as a kid, and just how remarkably messed up it is just always stuck with me.
He's I love Weird Al, national treasure. I hope he outlives me personally, because I can't fathom what it's going to be like that day.
Don't want to live in a world without him. I understand.
No, I definitely don't.
Well, moving things along, we're going to go to something far more recent. This is called Be With Me at Christmas by the Push Stars, a band we covered pretty recently on this show. The album is called When Christmas Comes Home, and it's a Christmas album by the Push Stars that's almost all originals. And that's one of the things that I really like, is when bands do... classical Christmas music always has a place in my heart. However, I'm a big fan of original Christmas music. I think it's really neat when bands do that, and they do it well. And this 2021 record, When Christmas Comes Home, I think is great. I've actually listened to it twice since Thanksgiving, all the way through while out walking the dog and whatnot. It's great. And this is the first track off of that album, which I am very, very fond of. I just think it's a wonderful tune. I think Chris Trapper, the singer, he hits some notes just extraordinarily well. And this song has a really nice feel to it. So this is Be With Me at Christmas by the Push Stars. Enjoy.
Months away from a summer day, the streets are slush, the sky is gray. Oh, this town's so lonely. My blankets fell, I can't get warm, and they predict another storm. Oh, it's me. Can't you see that you should be with me at Christmas? And I'd do anything to live this. Where you gonna be at Christmas this year? Can't you see, you are the one thing on my wish list, and I could use a little mischief. So where you gonna be at Christmas? Broken toys in crowded stores, and every face I see is yours. Oh, I miss you so badly. See, what I wish for is not on sale. It can't be bought or sent by mail. Oh, Winter wind may slap my face, and every wind feels like second place. Oh, when you're not near me. So I'm shaking up the snow globe now, wishing you'd appear somehow. Oh, magically. Can't you see that you should be with me at Christmas? And I'd do anything to live this. Where you gonna be at Christmas this year? Can't you see you are the one thing on my wish list? And I could use a little mischief. So where you gonna be at Christmas this year?
Be With Me at Christmas by the Push Stars off of their 2021 Christmas album, When Christmas Comes Home. How did you feel about that one? I know this is a lot more Christmassy music. I don't know how you feeling about it, but I'm just curious. How'd that grab you?
I liked it a lot.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You made me a fan of the Push Stars. I appreciate their music a lot. I appreciate their musical stylings, and I think they made a great Christmas song that isn't necessarily, an atypical Christmas song.
Yeah, it's very. I like that it focuses on the potential loneliness of Christmas. Sometimes sometimes winter can generally feel kind of lonely, and just the way he harmonizes with himself, and specifically on the lines when he's singing like, "Oh, I miss you so bad." Like, I really, really love that particular piece of it. I think it sounds, it's a beautiful song, and it was the first one that I actually listened to this season. Once the Christmas season started, this was the first one that popped into my head to listen to this year, which is not usually the first one I go to, but having listened to the Push Stars a bunch this past year because of our episode, I was really itching to listen to this album again, and I have a hard and fast rule: I don't listen to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving, so I had been kind of holding that one in my pocket. But yeah,
I appreciate you for that.
It's very important.
I appreciate you for that, because quite frankly, that's the thing that, I could sit here and give you a full list of reasons why I don't like Christmas, why I don't like the Christmas season. At the top of my list, it has to be the music. I last year remember going into like a Marshall's on November 1st to try and pick up discounted Halloween crap.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Christmas music on. It was November 1st, and I was like, what the hell happened to Thanksgiving? Like, stop. I can't do 2 months of Christmas.
Unacceptable.
I could barely do one, and then to be inundated with the music, like, I can escape a lot of it, but the music is really tough to escape, especially
it shows up everywhere. It's on like 24 hours and in Dwayne Reed's and stuff like that, and it's. You're right. What happened to Thanksgiving? That's always been my thing. Halloween, it's all of October. After October 31st, it becomes my month of fall. Like, this is when I get just my fall decorations and being excited about Christmas coming and focusing on Thanksgiving and turkey and apple pie and apple cider and other apple related things. And I that's my fall month, and Christmas doesn't start until Black Friday. That's my hard and fast rule. And it's Thanksgiving, our tradition is we have Thanksgiving dinner, and then after everything's done, we watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and that's what kicks off the holiday season for us. And I refuse to bend on that, because the extending of Christmas into November, like before Thanksgiving, is just, I'm not a fan. But this song brings me lots of Christmas joy, and I'm glad you liked it.
This song, I am a fan.
Right.
No, it's fantastic. It's all their sensibilities, right?
Yeah.
And again, like I said, they created a Christmas song that isn't a Christmas song. I absolutely love the lyrics when he says it's gray and slushy.
Yeah,
I sat here and I was like, oh, that's my least favorite part about winter. Like, I hate commuting. You know,
Yeah.
his choice in lyrics and words and stuff really, like Weird Al, really painted a picture for me. It reminds me. It's funny because what I'm about to say sounds completely opposite of what I'm really trying to say, but it reminds me of all the things I hate about the winter and the, you know, inevitably with Christmas and stuff. But it's so evocative what they've done. So great song.
All right, moving along, we're gonna stay slightly slower. This is a song that I've had in my life for quite some time, and I don't know a whole lot about this band. This song is called "When I Get Home for Christmas" by Snow Patrol. It was released as a single, just as this one solo Christmas song in 2000. I don't even know where I first heard it, but it's just an unbelievably beautiful song. I adore this song with all of my heart, and it's another one of my favorite ones to bust out every Christmas. So I hope you enjoy it. Here it is.
Dressed up like a Christmas tree. We can spend the day together. First time in a long, long while. You can wrap me up in tinsel. Make as much noise as you like. It's funny how you misunderstand. I only wanna hold her hand. You're so far from me all year long. I can't seem to wrap my on our knees on the floor. Open presents, between kisses. Your eyes burn stronger than the fire. Said that I loved her instead. It's funny how you misunderstand. I only wanna hold
Christmas by the band Snow Patrol from the year of our Lord, 2000. I love that song. I think it's just such a pretty piece of music. I don't really know this band all that well. I know I've heard at least one or two other songs by them, but I can't place them right now. But this, again, no idea how this song came into my life, but I'm so glad that it did. I just think it's a wonderful piece of music.
Snow Patrol is an interesting band because they came around, they rose to fame, whatever you want to call it, at a time where I completely turned my back on whatever mainstream, pop music was going on for the rock and indie scene. It just wasn't stuff I was listening to. I wasn't big into it, and to a certain extent, I'm still kind of not. I'll discover a gem here or there where it's like, oh, like of that time, the only band I really care about is the Black Keys. But that's podcast for another podcast. Yeah, I can't think of a single from Snow Patrol, but Snow Patrol was pretty big. That was a decent song. It's not necessarily in my wheelhouse of sensibilities. Interesting. It's very dynamic. Just as far as recording and composition's concerned. When everything drops away and it's just kind of him and the guitar chugging along, I thought, okay, that's a bit novel. I do appreciate it, again, because it's a Christmas song, but it's not like Christmas music.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the, I don't know, maybe it's it's not just me, but for all intents and purposes, maybe it's just me that has that seasonal depression and, there's not enough sunlight, et cetera, et cetera. Like the melancholy that comes with this time of year, the Christmas time of year and stuff. And I won't go down that rabbit hole of consumerism and capitalism, but you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. So right. His voice definitely has that emotive nature, at least to my ears. So, good track, just not in my wheelhouse per se, but it's a good track nonetheless.
Excellent. Glad you can appreciate it, even if it's not necessarily for you. So moving along, we're going to be listening to a couple of covers of regular known Christmas songs for the next couple of tracks. The first one that we'll be hitting up is I absolutely love this song. I'm not overly fond of the original, but this one really just scratches my itch. This is Donde Está Santa Claus. It's covered by Guster. Guster's one of my favorite bands that I've been putting off doing an episode on this show for some reason. This song is available as a single. It's also on an album called Maybe This Christmas 2 from 2003. And this is it's a traditional Christmas song that I didn't really know about until I heard this cover, and then I heard the original, and it's like, yes, little kids singing Christmas music, not my bag. But but this version, I think it's a very fun piece of music, and Guster really does a good job of getting it all together. So here is Donde Está Santa Claus, as covered by Guster. Enjoy.
Mamacita, ¿dónde está Santa Claus? ¿Dónde está Santa Claus? And the toys that he will leave. Mamacita, oh, where is Santa Claus? I look for him because it's Christmas Eve. I know that I should be sleeping, but maybe he's not far away. So out of the window I'm peeping, hoping to see him in his sleigh. I hope he won't forget to pack his castanets and to his reindeer say, on Poncho, on Pedro, rescue. Mamacita, ¿dónde está Santa Claus? Oh, where is Santa Claus? It's Christmas Eve. Oh, where is Santa Claus? It's Christmas Eve.
That song's so goofy. I love it.
It really is. I mean, it's such a different song with a bunch of like 20-somethings
Right.
singing it than like, you know, 2 9-year-olds or whatever the hell it is.
They're definitely beyond 20-somethings at this point.
Oh yeah, you said 2003. You're right. Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see. Guster in 2003, they're older than we are, so. Yeah, they must have been in their 30s at this point. I don't know. It's such a goofy song. It's got that just really cool Latin rhythm to it. I think their harmonies are phenomenal. One of my favorite things about Guster is their vocals, and it's just the right degree of oddball in this particular recording. It's got a great rhythm to it. It's got a wonderful bass line. I just think it's a great song, and their rendition of it is absurd and wonderful.
Excuse me. Yeah, these are the songs that are like I definitely don't like. You know, I don't know how many times, you know, the radio is going to play all the standards, and then like you said, it's 24 hours a day for the next 2 months. It's like unrelenting, and then of course there's all the covers of them. So even if you heard the original, you know, like 12 songs down the line, you're going to get a cover. It's oh god. But when you have a gem like this, I'm very willing to go, all right, let it rock. And, you know, to say let it rock is a funny statement because the song doesn't rock, like, at all.
At all.
It is like the music embodiment of taking an Ambien. It's like so chill. The original's got a little pep in its step, which is fun, I suppose. But again, it's like I don't know a lot about Guster. I have this mental image of them, and if what I say is completely wrong, then I'll apologize. But it strikes me as like, you know, kind of a bunch of guys that probably smoked a bunch of pot for a while, and they're just like, this seems like a funny idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds probably. I mean, I don't know them personally all that well, but I imagine that's probably not far off.
Yeah.
They're an odd band, and they're goofballs, and when they're being goofballs are among my favorite things about them. But that song right there brings me a lot of joy. Brings me a lot of joy. It doesn't rock at all, but also I can't not move around to it. Like, it's just got that kind of Latin rhythm to it that I can't not move around to. Like,
it reminds me very specifically of like watching shows like Mad Men, where it takes place in like the late 50s, the early into mid-late 60s, and like it reminds me of like the way they would do like adult dinner parties, and like you wouldn't really be dancing so much as kind of like swaying or sashaying, you know what I mean? Like almost like a lazy twist, or I don't know what it is. It's got it's got such a lazy thing about it, and yet it's still music, so you kind of still I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Take it away, Kris.
It's got that kind of Latin rhythm to it that the hand percussion, I think, is what really ties it together, but it like kind of combined with the Christmas bells is like weirdly asymmetrical. I don't know. I love it. But we're going to move on to our next track here. The next track is Here Comes Santa Claus. And what's going to make this interesting is that this is being performed by Sax Gordon and Doug James off of their 2006 album Jolly Jump Jive, which is quite possibly my overall favorite Christmas album ever. This is all instrumental. It is saxophone, It's saxophone music. I don't know what else to call it. And I absolutely love this rendition of Here Comes Santa Claus. It's got just the right kind of, I don't think goofiness is the right word. It's got an interesting cadence. It's not, it's not the higher energy Here Comes Santa Claus like the original version is. It's just cool. This whole album is just plain cool. So Here Comes Santa Claus by Sax Gordon and Doug James. Enjoy. That was Here Comes Santa Claus by Sax Gordon and Doug James off their 2006 album Jolly Jump Jive. My wife Karen, her mom was married to this blues musician named Donnie, and they had so much good music in their house all the time. Like just lots of blues and funk and all kinds of stuff. And I remember going over to their house for Christmas one year, and they had this album on, and I was just like completely floored by it. This whole album is just this all instrumental kind of like jazzy, whatever genre you would call this, just applied to these Christmas songs, and I thought it was wonderful. And this is one of my favorite tracks on the album, just because it really kind of shakes up the Here Comes Santa Claus song itself. This is probably the most transformative of all of them, and I just think it's got a really good groove to it. And as a drummer, I really just love the drums in this song. They take such a front seat at certain points, especially when they're going through, like, everybody's playing their own little piece of different Christmas songs where it's all like in the middle there. But this song's just got such a good rhythm to it, and again, brings me holiday joy. How did this one grab you?
If the whole album is like this, then I will listen to this whole album. I know we haven't tackled it yet, but I love jazz. I love jazz music so much. And we'll get there. I promise you guys we'll get there. But there's something about jazz versions of the standard Christmas tracks, Christmas carols, whatever you want to call them. When done well, they are a 415-foot home run up center field.
Nice.
They rock so hard. This song is no exception. They took it and they gave it such a nice swing.
Yes.
That it's undeniably cool. Like, 2 songs ago I just got off of my soapbox complaining about Christmas music and stuff, and I just said Christmas music is cool. Like, what's going on here? When it's done right, it is beautiful, and this is no exception. I was curious. I thought he was playing a baritone sax, but no, it's a tenor. He just can get down that low. So, like, that's great. And then I really did appreciate, because I don't know if you've ever seen a jazz band perform or any kind of jazz performances, but I love the tradition of, a song is whatever, 3-4 minutes, but they extend the middle part and they let everyone feature for a couple of bars or whatever. So this feature of everyone kind of dropping, some famous licks from other tracks, and then the bass playing Frosty the Snowman is kind of funny to me.
I like that. I like that bit.
Just getting in there with that. That's fun. These guys did a fantastic track, and this makes me want to actually not just listen to that record, but more from Sax Gordon, because that's just the greatest name ever.
I've kind of meant to do a little bit of that myself and never really got around to it. So this album is actually kind of difficult to find. It's not streaming anywhere officially. So 2 years ago, I uploaded the whole thing to my personal YouTube channel. So if you look up Jolly Jump Jive, chances are it's going to take you to my YouTube channel, because that's where you can listen to it. But yeah, the whole album's up there, and it got copyright claimed but not taken down. So, like, whatever, live the dream. I just put this up there so people had a way to listen to it without tracking down the CD itself. Which is it itself is actually a little pricey now. I think the cheapest I've found it on Discogs for around $30, which is just a lot for a CD. But this whole album, top to bottom, is jazz. That's really what I was looking for. Mm-hmm. It's marvelous, just marvelous.
Yeah, a fantastic track.
All right, we're going to move on to something a bit more personal. This is the last of our trio here of just traditional Christmas songs being covered. And this one is Blue Christmas by none other than Chocolat. Except I was not involved in this one. So calling it by Chocolat is actually a little bit of a stretch. This is actually just by Michael and his now wife, Haley. This one year, they didn't have, they were starving artists in the city. And they didn't really have any money, so what they did for Christmas presents for people was they gave them CDs with Christmas songs on them that they recorded themselves in their apartment. This is their rendition of Blue Christmas. It's got a little language in it, so be prepared for that. Maybe don't play it around your kids unless you don't mind them hearing the F word. So here is Blue Christmas by Chocolat. Was never on an album. It was just given to me for Christmas one year, and I love it with every fiber of my being. Enjoy.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
Oh boy. So that was Blue Christmas by Michael and Haley of Chocolat. One of the best Christmas presents I've ever gotten in my entire life.
I can't argue with you. I mean, it's pretty personal. It's fairly intimate too. I mean, gifts like that they're like an arrow right through the heart.
Yeah, it's always brings me joy listening to, just remembering their tiny little apartment and picturing them piecing all this together with the, banging on different tambourines and stuff in their little apartment, and just I guess just the overall sensation of love that was put into this. And I don't know who else they gave these tracks to. It was two of them that we got, and I just I just adore them with all of my heart. And it's a fun rendition of Blue Christmas. I've heard versions of this song that I rather enjoy, and I've heard lots of versions of this song that I don't like at all.
Yeah.
This one though, Michael just kind of hamming it up, especially in the towards the end there when he's I don't know what color you're gonna be because I'm not gonna be there to see it. It cracks me up. He was such a goofball, but yeah, how'd you like it?
It was great. I mean, like I said, it's a very intimate thing. When it's very easy to go and buy whatever, something, and give it to someone. You say, oh, I thought I saw this thing, I thought of you. Oh, thank you. But then when you have an artist that's, of this caliber, of this willingness to create something and give it out, it's a very different experience. I mean, I'm not, I could sit here and I can, chop on him for, the poor recording, probably in his living room and, all that stuff. But that's not what this is. It's, it's something completely different. So that being said, I thought it was fantastic. He's got a great voice. I said it in that episode. He's got a great voice, and they came together really well for this. It's, there's something very like 1996 slacker about, the put together. It's cool though. It was well done. Good pick.
Awesome. All right, this next one is a song that my wife introduced me to just this year. Like I said, she came from a family where there was lots of good music in their house all the time. And this is called Ain't No Chimneys in the Projects by Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings off their 2015 album It's a Holiday Soul Party. This is a fantastic song. It's just one of those ones that she was playing, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, yep, that's sold. Sign me up. This is great stuff. So I'm not overly familiar with Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, but I would like to be. So for at least for now, here is Ain't No Chimneys in the Projects by Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. Enjoy.
When I was a child, I used to wonder how Santa put my toys under the tree. the sisters who got that magic done. Mama, mama, no, you are the one. There ain't no chimney. No, ain't no chimney in the project. Not just the ghetto. Ain't no chimneys in the project. Mama was the one.
That was Ain't No Chimneys in the Projects by Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. Fantastic voice. How'd you make of that one?
So first of all, I'm a big Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings fan.
Ah, excellent.
Love them. There is no group, as far as I'm concerned, in modern times as talented as that group. Fun fact about Sharon Jones, she is a former corrections officer from Rikers Island in the Bronx.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and she got her break through the Apollo, and I'm so happy she did. It's a shame that, she passed so young, but the body of work that she left is undeniably amazing. And if this is the first time you've heard Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings and you were blown away by that, I am so excited for you to go out and listen to more Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. No question. You absolutely need to. This was such a great
you need
song.
to put together a Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings episode is what I'm saying.
Oh man, I mean, it needs to get in line. I'm so sorry to say that. I've got such a laundry list. But okay, I'll take that challenge on. I've never heard this particular, again, Matt stays away from Christmas music, right?
Yeah.
Don't like Christmas. So I never would have listened to this on my own. I'm so glad you put this in front of me. I'm sure at some point I may have just said, like, oh, well, F it, I'll put it on, whatever. But I love this song because when I was a kid, I've lived in apartments my entire lifetime. And when I was a kid, I think I asked the question, how does Santa get into the apartment? We don't have a chimney. And I forget whatever answer my mom gave me was like, oh, he comes through the radiator or something, something. And I was just like, oh, okay, duh. And it's just, I want to gush about Sharon Jones. I want to gush about the Dap Kings. But I can't do it. Fantastic song. I love it. Just as an inner city kid, as a guy who grew up in the city, like that's such a city, urban kid Christmas carol in its own right. Just fantastic.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'm glad you know the band too, because Karen does. I just don't at all. I think this is the only song I've ever heard by them. So that's on my list of things to expand my horizons with.
Yeah.
Boy, what a voice! Like, what a voice!
Oh, she's such a powerhouse. She's so. Oh my God.
Definitely interested in listening to the rest of this album. Like, that's for sure. Like, it's a whole.
Is this a? I'm sorry, you may have said it and I missed it. Is it a Christmas album?
Yeah, it's called "It's a Holiday Soul Party."
Oh, you did say that. Yeah. Oh, I think you know what. I might throw that on come Christmas time.
Definitely on my list of things to listen to.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh boy! All right, well, this next one's a pretty hard left turn, but it always.
I love a good hard left turn.
It always makes me laugh. This is called "Merry Fucking Christmas" by Dennis Leary, off of his 2004 comedy album "Merry Fucking Christmas."
Can I point something ironic out?
Please do.
We set up the Chocolat Blue Christmas, and he said, it's a colorful language. And then, knowing full well 2 songs later is "Merry Fucking Christmas" by Dennis fucking Leary. Like,
yeah,
I like how you're like, well, there's a little coarse language, and you're like, by the way, this next track is "Merry Fucking Christmas."
There's no beating around the bush with it, It's right there in the name.
Yeah, I guess you can't.
This song is just absolutely disgusting. I mean, if you've ever listened to Dennis Leary's comedy, you can kind of know what you're in for here. Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting, and it cracks my shit up. So here's "Merry Fucking Christmas" by Dennis Leary from his 2004 comedy album, "Merry Fucking Christmas." Enjoy.
Old Saint Nick's got bourbon breath. It's so cold you could catch your death. A cop sold me some crystal meth. It's a merry fucking Christmas. Everything's so Christmassy. The streets are twinkling with frozen pea. My priest just sat on Santa's knee. It's a merry fucking Christmas. All the kids go to bed each night to dream what Santa brings them. Unless they're Jewish or Muslim or some other gyp religion. Crappy toys flying off the shelves. Midgets dressed up to look like elves. Spread good cheer or burn in hell. It's a merry fucking Christmas. All the kids go to bed each night to dream what Santa brings them. Unless they're Jewish or Muslim or some other gyp religion. Crackling fires to keep me warm, and my collection of Asian porn. Cradle my bells and work my horn. It's a keep on trucking, last year sucking, midget chucking, slap the puckin'. How much wood could a woodchuck chuckin'? Merry fucking Christmas! Ho ho ho! Shut up.
I just don't think I've ever heard anybody so earnestly sing the phrase, and my collection of Asian porn.
First time for everything, Kris.
Such a delightful song.
I mean, what else can you expect from the guy who sang "Asshole"?
Oh, exactly. Really, one of the best songs ever written, as far as I'm concerned, is "Asshole" by Dennis Leary.
Top 5,
It's
hands
just
down.
It's a masterpiece, and this is good stuff. I'm realizing now that there was a song that I had intended to put on this list that must have fallen off at some point, and I'm so tempted to throw it in, but I'm just gonna save it for next year. Yeah, really, what else can you say? It's "Merry Fucking Christmas" by Dennis Leary. It's exactly what's written on the tin.
Yep. I like that.
Just no two ways about it.
Yeah, Dennis Leary. So when I was, 16 and 17, he was my idol because he was so raw and he would curse and he'd talk about smoking cigarettes and stuff. And he's, spitting in the eye of the establishment or whatever the hell he was doing. And then, I got older and I was like, all right, this is a little hacky now. But at any rate, I still have a fondness for Dennis Leary. And this reminds me of the film he did called The Ref with Kevin Spacey and I forget the female lead because it's also, if I'm not mistaken, it's also Christmas in that movie.
It is, yes, that is technically a Christmas movie.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is Dennis Leary in a nutshell.
Judy Davis.
There you go.
Boy, I haven't seen The Ref in a couple of years. I remember going back to it and it not being quite as good as I remember. Like, still decent, but not as, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes things don't age well, and that's a fact of life. Like me, I haven't aged well. My knees hurt, my back hurts, my neck hurts.
Everything
hurts, yeah.
All right, well, we got 2 left. The next one here is a song called The Man in the Santa Suit by Fountains of Wayne off of their single I Want an Alien for Christmas from 1997. The primary song on that is one that I'm holding off for a future episode because it's one of my absolute favorite Christmas songs. But this one here is also pretty dang good. It's a Fountains of Wayne song, but it's a Christmas song. So it's... Yeah, you can find it on, the easiest way to find it is actually on their, they got a B-sides album called Out of State Plates that's got all kinds of good stuff on it, including this song. So here is The Man in the Santa Suit by Fountains of Wayne. Enjoy.
At the KOC, local 313, there's a fat man standing by the soda machine, and he knows life can be funny. He calls the hair salon, says put Loretta on, 'cause the mall just called and said the last guy's gone. And I know, God knows, we need the money. red cherry, but it's hard to be merry when the kids are all laughing, saying, hey, it's Jerry Garcia. Ain't he cute, the man in the Santa suit? And all the moms in town bring their brats around, and they can't sit still or keep a root beer down. Now it's out, hey, how about that? It looks like a milkshake. How Jimmy's grown this year, says mommy quick come here. Santa's sweaty and he smells like beer, and he says, kid, shut your mouth, you give me a headache. And he's jolly and hairy, but it's hard to be merry when the guys at the bar say he looks like a fairy, but he's doing it just for the loot, the man in the Santa suit. Cherry, he's jolly and hairy. Everyone's laughing, but he doesn't care. He stays cool, ain't he cute? The man in the Santa suit.
That was The Man in the Santa Suit by Fountains of Wayne. Yeah, it's a nice song. It's from 1997. I love Fountains of Wayne. It was our very first episode. They're one of my favorite bands ever. I find it to be a very unintrusive song. It's not, like, man, this is a great one. I'm going to listen to this forever. But it comes on every year, and I'm never going to say no to it because I think it's a perfectly lovely Christmas song.
He has a really great cadence to his writing, especially for this song. It's very easy to kind of get that stuck in your head. He's got a very good voice too. We talked about this first episode. Was never really a big Fountains of Wayne fan, but post episode, I enjoyed everything you played, and this is no exception either. This was a really good song too. Again, a Christmas song that's not, like you said, intrusive. It's not a Christmas classic or whatever. Like, I enjoy Christmas music that's about the season, but, going to Catholic school for 12 years and, like, having to do all those weird recitals and, group numbers with your class, like, being beat over the head in music class with all the Christmas carols and stuff, like, that's probably where it all starts, and I just can't do it, all the 12 Days, Rudolph, all those songs. I just can't do it. So like stuff like this is perfect because there's like, I could totally probably listen to this song in June and still enjoy it because it's a good song that just happens to be about some guy in a Santa suit.
Right.
It could be June. The guy could be in a Santa suit. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. So it's a good one.
Yeah, I actually, it's not like I'd listen to out-of-state plates only at Christmas time. Like, it's just a really good album. And when this song comes on, I don't bother trying to skip it because it's just a song, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
Which brings us to track 10, which I will apologize for.
I am... I don't know what to say to you.
Have you heard this before?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, I have. I'm going to give all exclusive, what's the word I'm looking for? All exclusive rights to that travesty to Dean, which is why I dedicated the Bubsy episode to him, jerk.
So, Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" is it's
top of my list. The top of my list of worst offenders Christmas music.
But there's a particular rendition of this that just cracks my shit up so very much. And that is Toad sings All I Want for Christmas Is You from the YouTuber Melancholia, I think is how you say that. She does a marvelous impression of Toad from the Super Mario series. Now, Matt, I have included in our Dropbox link some voice samples from Toad.
I saw.
So that you can splice them in, let's say, here.
Woo! Yeah!
So that people can just really understand what Toad sounds like.
And then I'll probably drop one here.
Oh! Wheels up! Ouch! Ouch! Wow! Wow! Wow!
And then shake my head, not that you could see it because this is a audio medium, and say, this is not going to go well.
Oh, but it's going to go so very well. And you may be tempted to stop listening to it at a certain point. And I promise you, sticking around for the high note is worth it.
Okay. Stop. There is, oh God, there is something to be said for that high note. It is an event.
It's one of the hardest I've ever most moments I've laughed the hardest at in my entire life. So without further ado, here is Crank the Volume. Toad sings All I Want for Christmas Is You.
I'll never forgive you for this.
You
fuck, man. I may never forgive you for that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Belting out that high note at the end is just the funniest shit I ever heard in my life.
Hang on a second. She belts out every note. There's like no dynamic. It's full throttle from start to finish.
At the very end, when it's just screaming. You hear the
Screaming.
mic topping out and everything.
Oh yeah, you could tell. There is a part of me for every bit of this song that it grates against my very moral fiber. There's a part of me that wishes to have been a fly on the wall during that recording.
Oh my god!
Because here you and I
Could you
are just
imagine?
laughing. We're just laughing at it. But could you imagine creating this piece of air quotes art? Jesus Christ. It is by far and wide one of the worst things I've ever heard.
It is
Yet
atrocious, and yet it is also, in my opinion, a masterpiece of absurdity.
And yet, yeah, that's really the problem with this. Like, okay, I'm very serious when I say I find Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You to just be the most egregious piece of music ever recorded because of the season and how quickly it's jammed down our throats. I love all the memes when it's November 1st and they're defrosting Mariah Carey and, you know, all that fun stuff. But in reality, though, I cannot stand this song. I used to have a song that if you ever asked me if you could erase one song from musical history and it never existed, what would it be? My original answer was a different song. The older I get, it's quickly been replaced by this song. However, the Toad version of it, it's so bad it's good. It goes so far left it comes around right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's. I don't hate the original song, but it's certainly not my favorite, and
Yeah.
it is excruciatingly played out. But if it didn't exist, then this wouldn't exist.
No, and that's true. So you give credit where credit is due. Now listen, all jokes aside, Mariah Carey is a massively talented singer. You know, back in the 90s when she got her first, when she really got her start and she was, her career was really picking up and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, she aligned with some good people, but if she didn't have the chops, she wouldn't have gotten as far as she did. And she's massively talented, no question. Now, kind of crazy, whatever. But, ugh. Oh, Christopher.
I couldn't have put it anywhere else in the show either. Like,
I know, it had to be the last one.
it had to be the last one.
And not the closing song, not the outro song. It had to be number 10.
It had to, because I had to make sure you listened to the whole thing.
You're such a bastard. You know that? I was gonna, and I saw it. I saw it on the list too, and I was like, what a prick. He doesn't even know, but he knows what he's doing. And I'm sitting here thinking like, you know what? This has been a really great episode. I hate Christmas music. I hate Christmas for all intents and purposes, but this has renewed me a little bit. I've got a couple songs now that I would make my own Christmas list and listen to it as opposed to all the other bullshit that I can't fucking stand. And then you go and you put this fucking song in there. And then you go saying something stupid like I love you. Another great song. But then you go and say something stupid like all I want for Christmas is yeah. God damn you.
Well, just go back and remember Sax Gordon and Sharon Jones and wash the taste out of your mouth. It'll never be on this show again, I promise.
But it's forever embedded in bleeps and blorps.
I certainly hope that there are some other people in the world who get as much joy out of that as I do, because it just cracks me up so much. And that is our show. We here at Turning Tracks are incredibly grateful to everyone who listens. And we love communicating with you when we can, and we have a couple of ways you can do that. There's the Geekade Discord channel, in which we have a Turning Tracks chat, where you can curse me into the sun for making you listen to all of that song.
You'll find me there doing that exact thing.
Of course, you can still
right now.
send us
I'm writing my first message now.
typing furiously.
Oh,
You
you
can
have
still
no
send
idea.
us an email at mail@geekade.com. And while you're at it, check out all our other social media channels, which you should totally follow, like, and subscribe to if you haven't already. Turning Tracks and other Geekade podcasts are made possible thanks to the Geekade Patreon page. There, patrons can get access to a monthly podcast topic and recording schedule, get early access to most of Geekade's shows, including this one and more. If you've enjoyed our podcasts over the years, follow the link in the description and give us a look. We really appreciate it. Finally, as always, be sure to check out all the other great content we have on our site over at geekade.com. Matt, it is your pick next. What are we doing? What are we kicking off the new year with?
So I think it's funny you use the word kick, actually. When you and I talked about the next episode being my pick, I thought, I ran to my list and I was like, oh, there's a couple I could do, but it's January, it's the new year. Like, do I want to start the new year like that? I don't know. So then I decided, let me look up anniversaries because, throughout 2024, we've had a couple. There was the Nirvana 30th. There was Alice in Chains 30th, So I thought, let me see what anniversaries are coming up. Turns out, January 2025 is the 100th anniversary of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh.
And as I said to you, Chris, I don't have any country artists in my list. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then it occurred to me, I need to do this episode for the Grand Ole Opry's 100. We're going to do Hank Williams Sr., and I'm going to tell you the story of Hank Williams Sr. and the Grand Ole Opry.
I'm really looking forward to it because I know almost nothing about it.
I love Hank Williams Sr. He is an acquired taste, I will say, but it's going to be fun. Can't wait.
Fantastic. All right, well, I'm going to leave you with a little something that used to be a tradition on our other show, Wave Back, but since we stopped doing our winter specials, I'm going to carry it right on over here. It is my absolute favorite Christmas song ever. It is Super Mario Sleigh Ride by the 1-Ups. This is an instrumental mashup between Super Mario World music and various Christmas tunes. It is for me, it is musical Christmas perfection because it's all of my things rolled into one. Super Mario World is one of my favorite games ever, and I love Christmas music, especially when it's instrumental. Something about Christmas music when it's instrumental I find to be so much more tolerable than the regular singy stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I
in the
agree
mornings,
with
I've
you.
been coming downstairs to get some work done in the mornings, and it's still dark outside. I just turn on the Christmas tree to be the only light in the room, and I listen to classical guitar covers of Christmas tunes, which I just find to be infinitely relaxing. Because you don't really have to think about all the words and stuff. It's just nice melodies. So, anyways, yeah. That's pretty much all I've got to say about it. It is my favorite Christmas song, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope everybody has a happy and safe holiday, and we'll be chatting with you soon for Hank Williams. So, I'm pretty excited to learn all about. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Happy holidays and good night.